Hello everybody, it's Philly Kuts. I just came home to a massive surprise. My graphic novels came in. 16 pounds of graphic novel goodness from cheapgraphicnovels.com. It's a surprise because according to the tracking information as of Sunday night, it wasn't supposed to be delivered until Thursday. So I guess I really lucked out. I guess maybe the United States Parcel Service facility in Springfield was very, very close to the one in Rensselaer where I live. Let me show you guys something. I ordered these actually July 2nd, and it took a while for them to process the order because it was a big holiday weekend and it was a big sale. And they even said on the website at the time when I ordered these that it's going to take a little bit of extra time for processing and whatnot. So when they finally did ship the label, hope you guys can see this, Rensselaer, New York. So they shipped it on the 7th. Shipping label created Long Beach. So once they got that out, it took about 6 days to get here. So not bad considering it was a holiday weekend. I probably would have gotten the items a lot sooner, but just knowing that I got these 3 days before the tracking said is just a huge bonus, man. It's a huge bonus. So let's open these up. I am a little concerned because the package, it does look a little beat up. So I don't know how bad it might have gotten on here, but I guess we'll see, dudes. All right, here we go. Let me just be careful here. Now, I didn't have time to study any of these graphic novels, like the stories. So this really isn't going to be like one of my comic haul videos where I kind of give you a little synopsis of each comic. This one, it's just going to kind of be me showing you what I got. So it's going to be like those comic book hauls that I've always made fun of, where it's just people showing, you know, their stuff. So, wow. It looks like everything in here was packed pretty tight with newspaper, folks. So I'm going to kind of review the service, too. So it's got newspaper. It's pretty protective. Let me see what newspaper it's from. It's from the Orange County Register, folks. I guess Orange County, California. How about that? There is an Orange County, New York, where Orange County Choppers is filmed down in the Middletown area. I don't know if people knew that. So a lot of newspaper in here. And now this is packed like a kilo of cocaine here. Not that I know anything about that. All right. Boy, oh boy. All right. Here we go. I got a stack of books. Holy shit. I am excited, man. This is awesome. And as you can see, look at the imprint from the newspaper. So that was packed solid so that while in transport, nothing is going to shake around or anything like that. So far, it's looking like a good job, Cheap Graphic Novels. A word of note, I got all these books for like 50 to 60% off cover price. So, oh my God. So big savings, and it's probably making me change my stance. I'm no longer going to buy graphic novels at the comic book shop because I just get too big of a savings. Now, I'm all for supporting the local shop, and I will continue to support the local shop because I'm going to be continuing to buy a whole bunch of floppies every week. So they're still going to get a ton of business. Alright, so I just hope that everything is in here. I got quite the list, folks. Quite the list of graphic novels. 2 pages. 2 pages. So this goes for a while, folks. There's some of the prices, as you can see. These are a lot of these for hardcover books. So pretty good prices, folks. Pretty good prices. So I guess I'll just go from the top. Everything looks to be in perfect condition. The corners look good. No damage to the binding. It's got a nice binding. So I got Red Lanterns, Volume 5, Atrocities. I read the first Red Lantern graphic novel, and I was really interested. Atrocities, I think I say his name right, I can never know, is a real interesting character. That's him on the front cover, and he's a badass, man. He is the leader of Sector 666, of all things. And, of course, you know that I'll love that. Based on all the horror books that I like to read and everything like that. Here's number 4, Blood Brothers. And I know that this is about Guy Gardner quite extensively. And I think that he's actually on a secret mission from the Green Lanterns to kind of go undercover to infiltrate the Red Lanterns, and I think he actually becomes a Red Lantern himself. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, learning more about Guy Gardner. Looks like Kyle Rayner's in here and a whole bunch of Red Lanterns. Also, I know that Supergirl has involvement with the Red Lanterns too, so I don't know if any of these get into that yet. This one's written by Charles Soule and the artwork of Alessandro Vidi. So, Volume 4, Blood Brothers. Then I got Volume 2. And they didn't have a sale on Volume 3, so I decided not to get Volume 3. This is Death of the Red Lanterns. So I can't wait to see how this one goes. Again, cool stuff. The Red Lanterns are the Lanterns of Rage, folks. Rage. Maybe I should switch this back to my normal view. Kind of messed up here. Red Lanterns of Rage, people. Really looking forward to reading and learning more about the Red Lanterns. Okay, then I got Larfleeze. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. This is the Orange Lantern. And I don't know much about him other than that he's the orange god of greed, of avarice. And he is the only Orange Lantern in existence, I believe, because he doesn't want to share anything with anybody. I think this was a series about in the 2013 time frame, and I think it ran for about 12 issues, and then it just kind of abruptly stopped. I read that it just suddenly and abruptly stopped because people weren't buying enough of it. So it looks like it has some pretty unique looking artwork. Take a look at that. Looks pretty neat. So I'm looking forward to learning about him. This is volume 2, unfortunately, but I was able to get it for like $6. So I don't know if I'm going to start to read this. I'll probably wait until I find a good deal online for volume 1. So Larfleeze, people. Can't wait to learn more about him. Alright, more Green Lantern stuff. This isn't from the New 52. This is Green Lantern Corps, Brightest Day, The Weaponer, and it's a Sinestro story, and I always love Sinestro. It's about the Weaponer, and I can't wait to learn more about him. He's probably one of my favorite villains of all time, and Cullen Bunn is doing his current series right now, and if you haven't read Sinestro, it is awesome, dude. Cullen Bunn does such a good job. Talk about a writer that's hitting it out of the ballpark of late with Harrow County. And now he's going to be doing Aquaman, which you'll see here coming up that that's a huge part of my haul as well. I decided to go all in on Aquaman. So Green Lantern Corps, Brightest Day, The Weaponer. So I can't wait to read all about this. God, I'm sorry, guys. I just kind of like want to look through these. And oh no, it says Sinestro deceased. Is that the Weaponer? Out of my way, scum! Split! Looks like he crushed his head. Oh my. Alright. More stuff, and these ones are still wrapped in the plastic. Again, everything is in perfect shape. Like, so far, none of these graphic novels are damaged. And I'm just so happy I got all these for basically close to half price some cases 60% off. I have the Green Lantern Corps, Volume 1, Fearsome, and I think I actually got each of these for $10. So these were ones that I got for more. Yep, these ones I got for $10 each. As you can see, Green Lantern's Fearsome, so more than 50% off for these ones. There's Guy Gardner and John Stewart on the front. There's the Drill Sergeant Kilowog, who I love. I love Kilowog. He's one of my favorite characters in the universe, in the Green Lantern universe. So Volume 1, Fearsome. And then, of course, Green Lanterns, Volume 2, The Alpha War. And I think that this is one where John Stewart gets accused of murdering someone. Yep, he finds himself accused by the Alpha Lanterns, the Corps' elite, emotionless, internal agency for a crime that carries the highest penalty, murdering a fellow Lantern. So that's pretty cool. I don't really know too much about John Stewart. I just know that he was once in the military. And he's kind of like a very stoic Lantern. Everything that I've read so far that he's been in, he kind of doesn't have much of a personality. Just kind of, rock steady, solid kind of guy. I kind of prefer Guy Gardner a little bit better because Guy Gardner is kind of like working class, kind of blue collar. Reminds me a lot of the guys I grew up with in West Albany. Kind of a real jokester, prankster, kind of says things off the cuff, kind of just speaks his mind. And John seems a lot more, I don't know, calculated. So, I don't know, maybe my perception will change, and it will be kind of cool to have a story that's solely focused on him. This is Green Lantern Volume 6, The Life Equation. This is New 52, Robert Venditti, Billy Tan is the artist. I do like Robert Venditti's writing, but it is a step down from Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns kind of had a massive Green Lantern run for many years, and that's what really got me starting to buy Green Lantern as well. I bought Sinestro, New 52, and the first graphic novel, and from there I was hooked. And I'm happy to have Jeff Johns, a lot of his books with the Green Lantern. So I'm looking forward to this, The Life Equation. And this will get me all caught up and current with Green Lantern New 52. There's only a few issues in here that I didn't read. I think I actually started getting Green Lantern at about issue 38. So this is going to have Green Lanterns 35 through 40. And the Green Lantern Annual number 3, which I think was the Godhead conclusion. Which I'm surprised that they haven't put out a graphic novel that's just all Godhead stuff. Right? It was Godhead, I think, right? I don't know. Alright, so that's all things Green Lantern, Red Lantern, Larfleeze, and Green Lantern Corps. So, stacked. I got a lot of Green Lantern reading to do, folks. And all these are in great condition. I don't know if it's going to translate on my webcam, but as you can see, none of the corners of the books or the bindings are bent or anything. Everything is solid. I'm loving the fact that a lot of these are still in the shrink wrap. Now, let's see. As you all know, if you watch my hauls, I started getting Aquaman, kind of like the underdog of the Justice League. Aquaman has kind of been the Justice League whipping boy in terms of comic book fans. It seems like nobody likes Aquaman. They think he's weird. I don't know. I don't know why people don't respect him. I know DNA Comics reads Aquaman, and I know you gave me a big thumbs up about getting Aquaman. So I did. I decided to get it. Also because Cullen Bunn is now doing the writing. And I really enjoyed issue number 41. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. And I'm going to go all in on Aquaman. I'm going to take advantage of this sale. And why not? Now, the only one I didn't get was the first graphic novel. As you see, all these are sealed. I like that red cover for number 6, that Maelstrom. I like that. They got to start doing more of that. That really sticks out, doesn't it? It's going to look great on my shelf. So I basically went all in, folks, on Aquaman. So we have Jeff Johns as the writer. That's another big reason why. I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed his writing for Green Lantern. I'm going to dig his writing probably for Aquaman. So we have Aquaman Volume 2, The Others. I know that there was another series called Aquaman and the Others. I think it only came out for about, 12 issues, and I don't think it's being continued with the new 52. So we have Aquaman, The Others, Jeff Johns, Ivan Reis, Joe Prado. Volume 3, Throne of Atlantis, and it continues with the work of Jeff Johns. Has Aquaman 0, 14 through 16, Justice League 15 through 17. Alright, take a look at that. I'm not sure who that villain is. It's not the Black Manta, is it? I don't think it is. Again, I don't know too much about Aquaman, but I'm looking forward to learning about the world. Aquaman, Volume 4, Death of a King, and this continues with Jeff Johns, Paul Pelletier, I'm not familiar with him, Sean Parsons, and Rod Reis. Death of a King. Aquaman and Justice League may have stopped the war between the surface world and Atlantis, but the fight is not behind them yet. The people of Atlantis are reluctant to welcome back a king who fought against his own people. So cool. Sounds like lots of conflict. While the surface dwellers see Atlanteans as little more than terrorists. But before Arthur, that's Aquaman, I think it's Arthur Clarke, right? Can regain the support of his people, another Atlantean royal returns the dead king, the first king, the king who sank Atlantis. So cool. I don't know which one of these I'm going to start with. And I'm sorry about the glare, folks. There we go. But I am, wicked excited, man. I got so much reading material here. Aquaman number 5, and it looks like this is a change of writers. Jeff Park, again, I'm not familiar, and it looks like the team of Paul Pelletier and Sean Parsons continues. This looks pretty cool. Sea of Storms. Look at that shark. Aquaman faces a forgotten Atlantean legend, the Caraquan, a massive crustacean of incredible power. The Caraquan once served the king of Atlantis, but now constitutes one of the greatest threats. Cool. And Aquaman's trident gets stolen. Oh my. Doesn't he have telepathic powers with that trident? I'm not sure. And then Maelstrom number 6, and wow, this is in perfect condition, man. And like I said, I love this red binding. Maelstrom. Jeff Parker continues. Does anybody know what else Jeff Parker has worked on? I'm not sure. Batman 66, it looks like. Alright. Paul Pelletier, Superman. A man of two worlds, Arthur Curry, not Clark, is both the superhero Aquaman and king of the legendary Atlantis. The inhabitants of the fabled underwater continent have never taken easy to the idea of a half-human ruler, but now the kingdom itself is rejecting Arthur's claim to the throne to stop the devastating sea quakes that are literally tearing his home into two. Arthur will have to delve into the mysterious history of Atlantis, confronting secrets from his own past, thought long buried. Wow. So I am stoked, man, and I am sweating because I don't have air conditioning in my living room. Apologize. It's about 90 degrees here today in Albany. I'm just stoked, dude. I got a really good deal, like I said. Graphic novels, everything is usually about 50% off, or up to 50%, in some cases even more. Like the Green Lantern Corps graphic novels were $24.99 for the cover price. And I got these for $10 each, so I couldn't give it up. Like I said, I'm still going to continue to support my comic book shop by buying floppies. But when I'm able to get these kind of prices for the graphic novels, I just can't give that up. And I got to start, saving money if I really want to keep doing this hobby. I have other expensive hobbies as well, video gaming. I kind of goof around on with that, and that can be a very expensive hobby too. But I always look for sales for that as well. Lots of people have asked me too, Philly, which do you prefer to read? Do you prefer to read like graphic novels? Or do you prefer to read, the monthly floppies? And I say they both have their plus and minuses. Wednesdays, like I said, the hump day, Wednesday, it's a very valuable day for me for my own self-care to kind of help me get through the week. It's something that I've really looked forward to each week. My job is very, very stressful. I work a very, very stressful job. And I look forward to Wednesday. Like, Wednesday really helps me. Like, it really helps refresh me. It helps me recharge my batteries. It gives me something to look forward to. I've been trying to watch my weight as well, and Wednesday I've also made it a cheat day for me. So on Wednesdays, I go get my comics. I leave work, I go get my comics, and then I go to my favorite pizza shop and I get 2 slices of pizza. So it's like my cheat day for eating as well. And I've maintained 40 pounds of weight loss since last year. So this time last year, imagine me 40 pounds heavier. And I've been able to keep that weight off, which I'm happy about. But like I said, it's a self-care day for me. So I look forward to the floppies. And I look forward to, being up to date on the stories. That's the other thing, too. These graphic novels, you have to usually wait a long time between each one, especially with the DC graphic novels. I mean, you're talking like months and months of waiting. I like that Image Comics, and I'm not sure if any of the other companies do this. Maybe Marvel's a little bit better about it. But I like that when a story arc ends in Image Comics, so you'll have, 1 through 5 and ends of the story arc. By the time issue number 6 comes out, they're releasing issue 1 through 5 in a graphic novel form along with the latest issue. So if you wanted to get caught up with everything, you could buy the graphic novel and then start buying the floppies month to month. I love that format, the way that they do that. DC doesn't seem to do that, not so much. I mean, they finish a story arc, put together the comics for the graphic novel, and you're waiting like months and months before the graphic novel will come out. But I do like having these collections together. It's just nice to be able, like, this looks like the Alpha Wars. I could probably read this, in one sitting, and it's nice. Let's face it, when you buy the comics each month, it's nice to get them each month and stay up to date and current. But I'm trying to you guys watch my comic book hauls. I'm trying to rack my brain for each issue to, figure out what the hell happened last month. And that can be difficult, especially when it's someone like me who's reading and buying, like, I'm buying like something on average 6 to 11 titles each week. So I'm following, at least like 30, 35 different titles. And you lose track, man. I lose track. Like you guys see in my videos, I lose track of the names. And it can be frustrating. I just like this, that it reinforces everything. And I love that when you're reading something like Green Lantern, they keep drilling into your brain, I am Green Lantern of Sector 2814. And it's just, it's kind of like a little bit of the repetitiveness. It makes the facts stick into your brain a little bit more. So that's one of the things that I do enjoy about graphic novels. Now, if it was like back in the day where you could still kind of get some comics, some modern day comics that might be worth money one day, it might be different, it might sway me. But let's face it, a lot of these, they're never going to be worth any money. It's just the way that people collect now. Everybody is buying whatever anybody buys, they're bagging and they're sealing right away. So it's not like, a long time ago where a lot of comics got thrown out and lost and just weren't around. So, yeah, there are comics now that are still worth money, but it seems like you have to do that on the front end with these variant covers, like, so that you have to pay up front right away to get these variant covers, and I'm not willing to do that. And it's really, honestly, not that important to me to have these like special variant covers. And I haven't paid over cover price for a current issue yet. And I probably won't. I said I'm not going to go down that variant cover road for the more money, for the additional money. I do buy variant covers, but only when it's the same price as the regular issue. Like Lando Calrissian, I bought the variant cover this past week because it was the same price. So, you know, if you're into that, that's cool. You know, I'm not knocking you, whatever. I mean, if that's what you're into and you can afford that, that's great. But, you know, for me, graphic novels seem to be becoming a more viable option. Especially when I'm looking at buying back issues. Like, I don't think I'm going to go and buy back issues of floppies. I'm just going to keep finding deals on graphic novels and collect the issues that way. It just seems a lot cheaper to me than to try to go back and buy Aquaman 1 through 40 in floppy edition. I don't know, maybe somebody out there on eBay or something is selling a whole lot of them for a good price, but then again, I kind of like having it in one volume. I don't have to keep, this may sound silly or that I'm incredibly lazy, but I like that I don't have to keep opening up something, putting it back in the bag, and then blah, blah, blah. I can just sit down when I'm done, throw a bookmark in it, and then pick it back up. So don't worry, I'm still going to collect the floppies. Plus, with the floppies, you do get all the covers, right? In here, they do show you in the back, they always let you know what covers there were for each issue. So that's kind of cool too, but I guess nothing can beat having a cover that you can hang up and display like I've done in my living room. So, alright guys, I know as always my hauls are a little bit long-winded, but I wanted to share with you guys my excitement of opening this up. In my review of cheap graphic novels, I'm giving them an A. Every book came in pristine condition, and it got here considering that it was a holiday. $7 flat rate, or $7.99 flat rate shipping. So that's another reason why you order a whole bunch of books at once from them, because you save on that shipping big time. So don't just order 2 or 3 books and then you still have to pay the same fee. Try to wait for when you can kind of order like a big stack, and you're going to save money. So I got a lot of reading to do, and I'm going to start reading one of these tonight, and I just got to decide which one. I have a feeling it might be the Green Lantern Corps, or I don't know, I'm thinking one of the Aquaman books I might start. So I really look forward to learning more and more about that world. So, because I just got done reading Sinestro, Blackest Night, and I just got done reading the Sinestro Wars too. So I love Green Lantern, but I gotta put some little variety in there. Alright dudes, it's been Philly Kuts. Good luck. Let me know where you get your graphic novels, and check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. A+, everything got here okay, and I'm stoked. Alright guys, I'll see you on Wednesday with my haul. Alright, peace.